Éric Cantona preparing to take part at the kick-off. The pick from the Premier League panel of referees today, Mike Peck from Kendal in Cumbria. United defending the goal to the right in the first half. Tottenham's run much more substantial towards the end of 1992. Just 2 defeats in their last 11 games in the Premier League. Gary Mabbott, whose return has made so much difference. And down the years, this has always been a fixture which has sparkled. Always one to look out for when the calendar is announced each summer, when Manchester United take on Tottenham Hotspur. Bruce. Lee Sharpe unable to control. Tottenham today, incidentally, although Alex Ferguson is here, there's no Terry Venables. Doug Livermore and Ray Clements in charge of Spurs. Terry Venables, who celebrated his 50th birthday earlier this week, is having a sunshine break in the honour, I think, of that momentous event in his life. And I'm sure Ray Clements will know where to find him with the news of what happens here. Pallister trying to put some pep into Manchester United with a long ball. It was dropped just beyond Mabbott, but Austin was alert. Irwin. Sharpe. Hasn't really been in the picture much yet, but is now with a beautiful ball for Cantona. And Torsvet wins out this time, which he'll be very pleased to do against the player who knocked the hat-trick past him for Leeds in August. But a very sly pass from Lee Sharpe to create the opportunity, and Cantona not picked up with that run. Ince trying to get free, but that will run away for a goal kick. Sharpe seeing the opening and picking out Cantona perfectly, trying to get it across Torsvet and beyond him, but the goalkeeper was having none of that. I can tell you they are making a very big thing in Scandinavia of this contest between the two goalkeepers. The Norwegian, who's made a good save here, and Peter Schmeichel, who's had a moment of uncertainty. He might be challenged here by Paul Allen beyond Irwin. Spurs filling the middle, and Bruce got away with a missed kick. Just once or twice Manchester United not looking the finished article in defence, but Torsvet roaring out now, and Cantona couldn't get there. The goalkeeper is stranded. Giggs came off Edinburgh, hacked away by Neil Ruddock. Parker trying to push it forward again to Giggs. Alarm bells ringing all over the place for Spurs, and for Torsvet in particular. But order now has just about been restored, or has it? It's given away by Naeem. Parker plays it long. Hughes might be in here. Austin heads it back, and Torsvet can pick this one up. And now this calm character, who was certainly caught, what, 40 yards out of his goal after a legitimate challenge on Cantona in an area where goalkeepers have to be spot on in their technique or they'll be out of the game. But then the ball went in behind him, but Ruddock was in the right place in the end. Cantona. Parker. Austin, oh, he's missed it. Sharpe. Oh. And that was an authentic save from Torsvet at full stretch, to the great relief of the Tottenham defence. And Dean Austin in particular, who tried to clear it and only lined it up for Sharpe to shoot. Spurs saying today that they regard this game as a barometer for just how much they have improved. While Samway's caught in possession by Ince. Cantona. And still, Sharpe, and it's McClair. Torsvet into action again, and a second time as Hughes tried to feed on the scraps. All coming from, it was McClair's shot that forced the first saver. Ince had won the ball at the outset, Sharpe launching himself, McClair hit it, and Torsvet did very well, because I think there was a deflection there, and the Norwegian very brave as it rolled loose. A problem for Dean Austin, who was actually caught in a collision with his own player, Neil Ruddock. Sharpe. Three in the middle. Well anticipated by Ruddock to attack the ball, which is certainly his strength. And quite rightly getting patted on the back there by Thorstvedt. Ruddock took charge, but it's a corner to Manchester United. With 16 minutes remaining in the first half, 0-0 here. Bruce. Well, he earned the right to shoot with some clever control on the chest. Bruce, the only player in the starting lineup for Manchester United who's not a full international in this League of Nations team. A gentleman defender, Gary Mabbott, but the free kick that he's conceded is going to be taken by Gary Pallister. Sharpe. For Hughes, what nearly reached Cantona, it does reach Giggs, beaten out by Thorstvedt, stopped again. Well, the Norwegian goalkeeper has been in superb form since he got back in the side, and that form is continuing here. The flag is up. Giggs came in, and Thorstvedt having to concentrate on the ball and not wondering about what the linesman might be doing. Certainly Ray Clements will be very pleased with the quality of Éric Thorstvedt's goalkeeping. So far it's a case of what might have been for Manchester United. Cantona. Ince. Well, he managed to manufacture a shot then as he fell. Barmby's offside, only 5 yards into United territory. Hughes. Irwin, who prefers his right foot, as you saw in that situation there. But he reached the ball in time to earn United a throw. It's a decent cross with the left from Irwin. Cantona's looping header and a goal! And the cult hero here, as high as the jump that produced the header, that produced the goal. Impossible for Thorstvedt. High over him and then dropping in off the post with 5 minutes to go to half-time. And now Cantona has scored in 4 consecutive Premier League games in a Manchester United shirt. And he's the scourge of Spurs again, as he was when playing for Leeds in August, when he bettered Thorstvedt 3 times then. Austin. Pallister kept his eye on the ball, wasn't distracted by Hughes, who tried to come across in front of him. Giggs ran and ran and ran, and then couldn't see a pass at the end of the exploratory venture. Well, the half certainly ending on a high. Tottenham start the second half. Manchester United leading by 1-0. They'll be taking nothing for granted here. Their first league game of last year ended in a 4-1 home defeat by London opposition, Queen's Park Rangers. It really was the start of the slide. Irwin. Room for McClair to turn. And Giggs was offside, the referee quite rightly allowing the game to go on, although the linesman was flagging. Parker's return to fitness. Another encouraging sign for Manchester United, who do now have genuine competition for places. Brian Robson is still suffering from a calf strain, so he wasn't considered today. Ruddock. Edinburgh setting off. Ince matching his run. Cantona. Oh, that's beautifully done to leave Howells. Great play from Cantona for Giggs. This would be a glorious goal for Manchester United, and it's prevented by Dean Austin, filling in the middle where he was much needed after play of the highest calibre from Cantona. It's a corner. Giggs will take it. Knocked on by Pallister. Hughes. Cantona, he's really in the mood. And Owen, yes! 2-0! And having scored one, Cantona makes the second with just as much panache, with that little stab pass forward, and Irwin read it and converted it. And in this mood, who'd bet against Manchester United winning the championship? Torsfet left helpless again. And a goal for the Irishman, who's never short of attacking ambition. He scored in the demolition of Coventry, and he's got one here, which might condemn Tottenham to defeat. It means to win the game, they've got to score 3 for the first time in the Premier League this season. But, oh, it's 3-0 here to Manchester United, and it's Brian McClair with a real fizzer. 2 in a minute. It gets better and better for Alex Ferguson and his players. A stunning strike here from McClair. He looked up and leathered it. Tottenham trying to put even a little dent into the edifice that is Manchester United at the moment. Beaten to it by one of his own players, Irwin. Calling for a cross, Parker decides to go on. Link up with McClair. It's Parker, yes! Everyone is in on the act. His first goal for Manchester United, the 4th past Éric Cantona this afternoon. And Spurs are being thrashed here in the second half. Paul Parker went for glory and got it. We've had 3 now in 5 minutes. And Spurs understandably stunned. And this will echo around the Premier League. It was no flash in the pan for Manchester United against Coventry. Well, the player who is first and foremost a defender by trade, one of the very best around, but it was brilliant play. There's a case now for Tottenham of the professional pride here. The defeat is inevitable, but what sort of margin it's going to be by, and a defence that's done well recently has been really just cut aside in the second half. And there haven't been too many really one-sided affairs in the Premier League. It's a division in which the talent now is spread wider. In A lot of games that have been tough and tense struggles. Bruce, Giggs. And where will he go from here? He's going to go all the way. He's got that in his mind. Sharpe, Cantona, the supporting cast. Hughes centre stage. Well, Tottenham finding it impossible to stem the tide. Hughes looking to increase his personal output. 25 minutes to go. And Manchester United leading Tottenham Hotspur by 4 goals to 0. Well, possibly a crumb of comfort here for Spurs. Some ways with his back to the goal. Sheringham coming out to an alternative to the blast from Ruddock. He's been shaping for that for some time, but here's Sheringham who takes it and comes very close indeed. It was a worthy try. On the end of the wall, always bending in, but still a good yard away. Kanchelskis. Bruce, all the party pieces are coming out now. Parker had a problem there with Cantona, who seemed reluctant to leave his position right on the touchline. Samways. And the reason there is apparent why Cantona wasn't moving. He's obviously got an injury. United are down to 10 men. And that might just disturb some of the pleasure of the afternoon for the home supporters to worry as to how serious that might be. Here's Sheringham. Barmby. And now Allen can line up a shot, or in fact crosses for Barmby to score. And Tottenham have hardly had a say here at Old Trafford, but they might have had the final word with just a couple of minutes to go in terms of scoring the last goal of the game. They put it together perfectly this time. And Allen shaped to shoot, then clipped it back into the middle, and Barmby met it sweetly, 4-1. United down to 10 men with Cantona off with a thigh strain. Here's Hughes. Kanchelskis. We're in the final minute of the 90, plus any stoppage time. Kanchelskis. Well, it was a noble try by Lee Sharpe. United striving here to reassert themselves. Stung into a measure of retaliation by Barmby's goal. In very testing circumstances. But there's been a great gap here on the side of Manchester United. And the fact that Schmeichel has been beaten in the closing stages won't really detract from that. It may only be for 24 hours, but Manchester United are top of the Premier League.